While the Trump administration is threatening sanctuary cities, Governor Bruce Rauner has signed a bill that limits cooperation between federal immigration officers and local law enforcement across Illinois.
The Trust Act is being hailed as a huge victory by immigration rights organizations. And WGN's Eric Rung has our story from the newsroom. Hi, Eric.
Good afternoon. Several elected leaders and law enforcement officers at today's bill signing ceremony went out of their way to say that this does not make Illinois a sanctuary state, but it's hard to see how it doesn't. Before Governor Rauner proudly held up his signed bill before a Mexican restaurant in the Little Village neighborhood was packed with immigration rights supporters, and way before Rauner's staff said he would sign the Trust Act, Governor Rauner says it wasn't an easy decision.
I asked leaders in law enforcement, should I veto this bill or sign this bill? They all said to me, Governor, this is a reasonable compromise. It will help us do our jobs better. It will help us keep our communities safer.
The Trust Act essentially says law enforcement will not detain someone strictly on their immigration status, and it won't comply with orders to do so unless those orders come from a judge.
Contrary to popular belief, this bill does not turn Illinois into a sanctuary state.
Politicians can call it whatever they want, but immigration rights organizations are calling it a huge victory.
The Trust Act will give me and my community peace of mind. It would help us feel that we can come out of the shadows.
The bill puts Rauner at odds with some in his own party and the Trump administration, which has vowed to withhold federal funds to cities who don't cooperate with federal immigration officers or laws. Several in law enforcement around the state were at today's bill signing.
This is not an easy subject. It's emotional, it's difficult, and it's confusing at times.
Something Illinois Sheriff's Association Director Greg Sullivan found out after saying we need to remove criminal illegal aliens, a term seen as derogatory.
I'm sorry.
Sullivan then went a step further.
I apologize. I did not mean to offend.
Still, he and others representing law enforcement from around the state support the bill because it allows people, regardless of their immigration status, to report crimes without fear of being deported.
Let's face it, trust builds safer communities, plain and simple. Local law enforcement agencies cannot take on federal responsibility.
Now, I did get a comment from the Department of Justice tonight. A spokesperson told me in a statement, quote, as the Attorney General has said, when cities and states refuse to help enforce immigration laws, our nation is less safe. He went on saying failure to deport immigrants who are convicted of criminal offenses puts the whole community at risk. But that's not what this bill does. It just says a person can't be held solely due to their immigration status. In the newsroom, I'm Eric Rung, WGN News.